Welcome, my friends. Well, as you probably know, Meta is making headlines these days for lots of reasons. If you follow this channel, you already know that Meta CEO announced the layoff of 11,000 employees. But that was the subject of a different video and not what this video is about. This video is about Meta Quest and the Metaverse. As you all probably know by now, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is betting the future of Meta on the Metaverse. But everyone's vision of the Metaverse seems to be a little bit different. Zuckerberg basically doubled down on the Metaverse. Sales of virtual reality headsets in the US declined 2% year-over-year in 2022. 2022 sales are only $1.1 billion as of early December. Worldwide shipments of VR headsets and augmented reality devices fell more than 12% to 9.6 million in 2022. Despite all of that, Apple's virtual reality offering is expected in 2023. Many Wall Street analysts just cannot accept this as a direction for Meta. That is primarily because Wall Street analysts need to make sense of the financial picture within the next year. And the Metaverse is going to take many years to develop, mature, and monetize. When it does reach its full potential, the Metaverse could well be the next big thing. But nobody really knows for sure. And that is sort of a conundrum for Meta now and probably for the next couple of years. During that time, there will be continual struggles inside and surrounding Meta. Just how much resource should Meta be investing in the Metaverse each quarter? What does it really take to get the Metaverse to become what it is really supposed to be? What does Meta need to do in order to monetize the virtual reality space, at least partially, on its way to the full development of the Metaverse? And, above all, how many employees should Meta have? And, is Meta really better off as a public company given that it has such a huge transition to make? Or, should Meta be taken private like Twitter has done? Wall Street analysts are getting very frustrated about the shrinking core business at Meta. And about Mark Zuckerberg's insistence on spending so heavily on the Metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg made it clear that the future of Meta is the Metaverse. So what does all of this mean for Meta? What does it mean for the economy? And, what does it mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. It has been over a year now since Facebook changed its name to Meta. Since then, the company has committed to spending billions of dollars developing the Metaverse. But CEO Mark Zuckerberg's bet on virtual reality is no closer to paying off. Sales of VR headsets in the United States fell 2% in 2022 as compared to 2021. Facebook's advertising business generates almost that much about every 3 days. But the online advertising business is stuck in a slump. Zuckerberg has staked the future of the company on virtual reality. That includes virtual reality devices as well as related technology. But worldwide shipments of virtual reality headsets are down 12% year-over-year to 9.6 million in 2022. And that creates a problematic picture for Meta. Shares of Meta have fallen by 2/3 so far in 2022. But Zuckerberg is playing the long game with the Metaverse. Analysts expect the Metaverse to take up to a decade to go mainstream. Zuckerberg thinks that the Metaverse will eventually host hundreds of billions of dollars in commerce. Actually, he is not the only one who sees a bright future for the Metaverse. Many venture firms and other tech companies have made big bets in recent years. They see a futuristic world of virtual work, education, fitness and sports. Meta's Quest 2 virtual reality headset is the market leader. It was released in 2020. Competing devices from other companies represent only a small fraction of the market. Valve, Hewlett-Packard, and Sony. Sales of Meta's flagship Quest 2 device fell this year. Some might attribute that decline to having a big year in 2021. VR had an amazing holiday in 2021, consumer electronics analyst Ben Arnold said. Meta offered heavy promotions in 2021 that helped boost sales of the devices. And that was at a time when gaming consoles like Sony's PlayStation 5 were in short supply. It was a great time last year to get one of these products, and VR totally crushed it, Arnold continued. Revenue from virtual reality headsets doubled in 2021 from about $530 million in 2020. But a number of factors led to lower sales and shipments in 2022. Meta Quest 2 has now been around for a few years. Like any consumer electronics device, it is getting a little long in the tooth. Meta released the new MetaQuest Pro at a high-profile event this fall. But the MetaQuest Pro is geared toward businesses. And it is priced at around $1,500. That price tag is just too much for many VR enthusiasts. And Meta raised the price of the Quest 2 by $100 because of general inflation. Meta's price increase was a surprise, given that the company has been willing to sell the headset at such a low margin to try and drive uptake of VR and gain a high market share, said analyst Leo Jebi. Next year is expected to be another slow year for the VR market, Jebi continued. 2023 is expected to be a year of a weak economy and inflation. Consumer budgets will be tightening, and non-essential purchases like VR headsets are likely to be the casualty of this, Jebi also said. Sony has priced its next-generation VR headset $550. It is expected to debut in February. The PlayStation VR 2 will give the market kind of a shot in the arm, said Arnold. But it will likely not influence the overall VR market as much as the Quest 2, Arnold continued. Sony's virtual reality headset requires owners to have a PlayStation 5 in order to power the headset. The total addressable market of the PSVR 2 is going to be PlayStation owners, Arnold said. Apple is also expected to unveil a virtual reality headset in 2023. Apple could create a compelling VR headset with an accompanying software ecosystem, Arnold said. Apple's reputation as a leader in consumer technology could provide a spark to the dim VR market, Arnold continued. Apple could help make virtual reality more attractive to the general public. If one company has the ability to transform the VR market overnight, it's Apple, said Jebi. With its hugely loyal fanbase, many of whom are comfortable with spending large amounts of money on technology, if Apple was to launch a headset we expect that it would perform very well, Jebi continued. Apple could have success launching a VR headset geared toward businesses, said Eric Abruzzese, a research director at Abbey Research. That would likely help lure developers to the community, Abruzzese continued. But the high price of an enterprise VR headset, which would likely retail for several $1,000s, would still make it difficult for Apple to move the needle, Abruzzese said. Apple probably won't even ship 5 million units in its first year, Abruzzese postulated. But it is the first notable product from a huge tech incumbent, Abruzzese added. What the virtual reality world really needs is a breakout hit, or a killer app. So far, only a few games have gotten significant traction, like the musical rhythm game Beat Saber. Fitness activities might also be another area of success for virtual reality. But how do you keep the headset on your head when you are moving around so much? Blockbuster games like FIFA and Call of Duty are shipping hundreds of millions of products, Abruzzese said. As things stand right now, Meta's Horizon World's social virtual reality platform is still in its experimental phase. The only Metaverse product really is Horizon and it's not good right now, Abruzzese said. The MetaQuest Pro is too expensive to be considered a consumer device for gaming. But the current apps for the MetaQuest Pro have not been optimized for the new Pro. On the other hand, the MetaQuest Pro is not ready for primetime professional use, either. Meta still needs virtual reality developers to step forward and enhance the metaverse. There needs to be more apps and use cases for the MetaQuest Pro in order for it to take off. Wall Street analysts are shocked that Meta has lost $9.4 billion on the Reality Labs division so far in 2022. But CEO Mark Zuckerberg said that the metaverse will take 5 to 10 years to develop. The MetaQuest Pro is designed better and fits better than the MetaQuest 2 headset. Generally, the MetaQuest Pro makes the metaverse feel more lifelike. It does a much better job of communicating your expressions to others. It also has a magnetic face ring designed meant to block out light entirely. The microphone captures even faint whispers, much better than on the Quest 2. Horizon Worlds is the virtual reality application created by Meta. It enables users to explore virtual worlds that have been created. And it enables interaction with other participants virtually. Horizon Worlds is Meta's main metaverse platform. One potential use for the MetaQuest Pro would be virtual travel. From your own home, you might be able to experience faraway places more fully. The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. The Pyramids of Egypt. Or the Eiffel Tower in Paris. I can also see that there would be use cases in education. If you were, say, a middle school history teacher explaining the Great Wall of China, for example, you could just give students a virtual reality tour instead of using books or movies. When you visit the desired location, you have a 360-degree view of the place. There might be even stronger use cases for students in kindergarten and first grade. Teachers will often have to fight the various distractions in order to get the students to focus and concentrate. Now, with a virtual reality headset, the students have no choice but to focus on what the teacher is trying to present. No more getting distracted by shiny objects. So, that is sort of a glimpse into what the Meta Quest Pro and Metaverse are all about. Zuckerberg and Meta are basically all in on investing in the Metaverse. In a nutshell, the Metaverse is a yet-to-be-developed digital world. The Metaverse can only be accessed via virtual reality and augmented reality headsets. This is a major bet on the company's future, and Meta has invested $9.4 billion so far in 2022. What is more, losses are expected to grow significantly in future years. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.